Without the union and this job, I wouldn't have any of this. To be able to come home to my family every day, is awesome. The IBEW, in that sense of brotherhood, I work with these guys as much as I'm home with my family. You gotta go. Yeah, you. Go catch mice. Vera. So Livonia, New York is where I grew up, born and raised, right in the Finger Lakes of New York. So I'm surrounded by lakes. It's a small town. It is that small town atmosphere, good school district, beautiful scenery. It's farm country. I tell everybody Livonia is a beautiful place to live. My father was an IBEW member for over 30 years. We had a wonderful childhood. There was always food on the table, and none of that would have been possible without the IBEW. I knew in the back of my mind the IBEW was always going to be an option. I didn't really even consider being a lineman until I was in the Marine Corps, and I was actually on my way of getting out of the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps is a huge brotherhood. It's almost obnoxious sometimes. What really drove me into wanting to join the union was the fact that, oh man, it's a giant brotherhood. You're with these guys so much that you know them like family. My first deployment was the 24th MEU, and MEU stands for Marine Expeditionary Unit. We were slated to go directly to Afghanistan. Right before we were leaving, the earthquake hit Port-au-Prince, Haiti.
Damage are coming from the capital, Port-au-Prince, 700 miles.
When I got to Haiti and you saw how these people live, you get a sense of respect and gratefulness for what you actually have, and actually you respect these people a little bit more for what they have to work with. So that was a huge eye-opener for me. I was 19 when I left for my first deployment. Very grateful for those experiences. I had 6 or 7 months left in the Marine Corps, and I knew I was coming up on my separations classes to be getting out, and I wanted to be a lineman, so I went to the on-the-job training one, and that's where I learned about National Grid and all the other companies that I could get in with. But National Grid, the first one to actually give me an interview and give me a shot.
Good to see you. I've known Ben probably almost 15 years now. He contacted me when he got out of the service, and I said, you should be getting yourself into a union, and National Grid is a great place to start a career and raise a family.
The union for me has been huge. All the contract negotiations that have only bettered our living. We're well taken care of, and my family's taken care of, and it's one less thing to worry about for my future. I've been doing line work for 13 years. The thing that I love about this job is really no day's the same. Some days you're doing sub-T, and some days you're doing underground, and other days you're just setting poles and running wire. So that's the beauty of it. I was out on a job. A member of the E-Board called me. He goes, would you be interested in being Local 97's representative for the Veterans Committee for the 3rd District? And I was like, absolutely. I was so involved, and it actually led to me climbing the ladder within this Veterans Committee within the 3rd District.
Sometimes we call Ben a part-timer too, because he's never in the field anymore. He's always at some Veterans Committee or conference.
These are part of the sales points to the company, and Ben's exemplary at pretty much all of them. I like to call them soft skills, right? The guys are used to they're being punctual, they're getting up, they're motivated, they're dedicated, they're not going to stop a job until the job's done.
We push for veterans, and we always have for decades, to have somewhat of a priority of hiring, right? To really consider them. So having the certification for this Veterans Committee and getting involved in the IBEW in this way, it's not just been good for Ben, it's been good for us as a local, it's been good for me as a business rep to kind of see how all that works and how we can assist in making that better.
I'm the vice chair for New York, so if any veterans representative out of any local in New York has a questions, they usually reach out to me first. Our big thing is just advocating for veterans. It's great pay, great benefits in the union.
You can have a family, and you can raise a family, and you can anchor your mind to something worthwhile and beneficial and helpful.
I think veterans are a perfect fit for a job in the union, so that's what we're advocating for. My wife's Jessie. We got married 3 years ago. We've been together a long time, 13 years. I have 2 beautiful daughters. Paisley's my oldest, she's 4.5, and Waylon's my youngest, she's 2.5. When I had these kids, I wanted to slow down, you know, family life. You know, we always talk about work-life balance and all that. I want to be a good father. I want to provide for these kids, but I also want to be there for these kids.
How he balances, I don't know how he does it, but with family life, work life, union life, it flows like water for him.
To be able to come home to my family every day, the pay and benefits that we get, you know, through the union, negotiated and all that, it's huge. I don't have a single regret.
There's spiders in that one too, really? All right, where's Waylon?